What's up, y'all? It's your girl Chanel from Complex Simplicity. Happy Thursday. Didn't do a vlog in a couple of days, and I wanted to jump back on because I missed you. I did. This may be another kind of like random thoughts vlog that I do. I find those to be pretty cool. Sometimes they're a myriad of different topics and things that I would love to discuss, but don't necessarily want to wrap it under a pretty little bow over a particular theme. I would just prefer to just share my random thoughts. And first thought being, so The Real, y'all know that's my show, the daytime talk show, The Real, aired season 4 this past Monday. And I didn't watch it all summer because they were running repeats. And I said, you know what, let me take a break from The Real. I pretty much see every episode because I have them DVR'd. So even though when it's airing, I'm probably on my way to work or getting ready for work some days, I don't watch it in the mornings. A lot of times I wait until I come home that night, and then when I get a free moment, I will watch whatever they aired for that day. And so this week, I did the same thing, was able to come home from work and watch what was aired for the day, and I definitely missed them. I was so glad I gave myself a break, though, to kind of break away from the show over the summer. So now I'm into it, I'm looking forward to it, I'm ready for it. I'm like, yes, The Real, let's see what they're gonna bring this season. And a cool thing that they're doing this season is actually going live. I never realized that the show wasn't airing live some days. Like, I know a lot of talk shows air live some days, and then there are other days where they may tape episodes, right? I've been on the Wendy Williams show quite a few times during the year of 2015. I think I went about 3 or 4 times that year. And I learned kind of from going on the show so much that there are days that I went on a show that it was legit live, right, at 10 a.m. in the morning. And then there were other times I went on a show and be taped at 1 p.m. and that show was to air for another day. So I thought in my mind that The Real was kind of like how Wendy's show is, where there's some days that you're live and then there's some days that you're taped, but apparently not. So now they're live every day, I guess. They may still have some days or some episodes that they do taped shows or whatever. So I'm happy for them. It's so cool to see from when they were testing and doing a short pilot season, so to speak, and then it finally getting picked up to now seeing them do season 1, season 2, season 3, now a season 4, to seeing how they were able to move forward when Tamar Braxton was no longer a part of the show and still keep up with the ratings, to see how last season, season 3, they were able to have a lot of different celebrity guests that would be co-hosts with them. That was a nice little cool thing to do. And now this season, it seems as if they're having more of like the shade room, like gossip sites that may get a little time to do girl talk or girl chat, my bad, with them. As well as now they have the laptop by Adrienne Houghton, where they're able to see what people are putting on their social media about whatever topics they're talking about. So it's pretty cool to see how the show is evolving with the times, and they've been nominated for a few Emmys, and I think it's dope. And watching this was like, Chanel, this is you, boo. Like, one of my girlfriends, my good friend Marquita, shout out to you, she tells me, girl, you can be on that show. Like, that's all you right there, to be on like a daytime talk show, giving your opinions and perspectives about life topics. Like, that's you. And it's so true, not to sound smug, but I feel like it is me. A lot of what my website embodies is me constantly giving you my feedback, my perspective about a myriad of life topics. I'm pretty good on camera. I know how to articulate myself well. I know how to have an opinion and stick to it regardless of what anybody else is thinking or feeling. I do feel like in my own way, I can be charming. And I think that would just be a dream job for me. So if any, for whatever reasons, television execs, whoever happens to see, for whatever reasons, this blog, hire your girl. The world may not know who I am, and I'm perfectly comfortable with that. But I do feel like I have something great to offer. I do feel like being a part of a panel of powerful women, bomb dope women, I could be a part of that. I can add to that, right? You know, I'm well versed in music, I'm well versed in pop culture. I have my own mind and perspective that comes from a different place. And I feel like your girl. In some ways it makes me ambitious to want to like create my own lane, like, you know, how they say, when you build it, he will come, right? Like, so maybe I need to, in my own way, build my own show, right? Come up with my own people that I think would be great co-hosts, do some filmings, have our own twist on it, because I'm not about recreating what's already been done. I'm about being innovative and creative in a way where you're taking things to a whole other level, where you're hitting angles that people are like, yo, I would have never thought of doing it that way. Like, that's kind of more of who I am, not being like a swagger jacker. So I wouldn't be trying to recreate The Real or recreating The View. It would just be, I'd have to find a totally different spin, you know, but where it still is showing women of all ages, of all cultures, ethnicities, backgrounds, sharing perspectives, but just maybe not in the traditional sense of how we've seen it. And I would have to figure that out. But in the meantime, for those who may be like, yo, she may be the one, hit your girl up. Dream job. And it got me to thinking even further, like, you gotta go hard, Chanel. I think I posted on my social media for the website today. I'm paraphrasing, but go hard. Like, stop thinking that you're working hard and you're doing all that you can do to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. You're not working hard enough. Keep going harder, go stronger, go bigger, so to speak. And I loved that, because that's motivation for me as well. To, yes, complex simplicity, this is my baby and I love it, right? But I have dreams bigger than this, y'all, and I need to continue to press and forge forward for those dreams, to achieve those dreams, to make a better life for myself and my family. You know, the picture is so much bigger, you know. And like I said, I know I have something, you know, and that's the part that's so at times, when you feel like you have something that's great, you know that you're there, it's right there, but it's more so just staying with the dream, working harder and harder each day, and not giving up and being relentless. I don't know about y'all, but I don't work a 9 to 5. I work more like an 11 to 7. My 11 to 7, I'm over it. Been over it for a couple of years now. I'm really working to pay bills. It's not that I feel fulfilled at my job anymore. I learned a lot from there. I'm taking a lot with me whenever it's time for me to go, but I'm ready for something else. I need to grow in a different kind of way. I'm tired of working for other people. I think I'm about this entrepreneurial life, y'all. Or I'm about being a part of a panel. Your girl would be, I would love to be on a talk show. Like, that is so my zhuzh. So yes, please be encouraged by this. I say all of this to say, don't give up on your dreams. Go hard, go bigger. Just when you think that you're putting in work, no, you got to go even harder, come even stronger, and be relentless. That's what I'm out here trying to do, right? I have to encourage myself every day to continue on. Let's go. Let's do this. You can do this. And to believe in yourself and never give up. You know, there are times where I'll reach out to other vloggers who seem like they're doing it. You know, as Wendy say, they dipping and doing it, like you're making things happen for yourself, right? And sometimes I get discouraged because I feel like nobody ever, if they're 30 of us that comment, I feel like it's always my comments that are never really seen, right? They'll respond to all these other people, but if I have a legitimate question, and I always give praise and then, ask my question, it's crickets, right? Whether I'm DMing people, whether I'm commenting under whatever they posted, I feel like I'm not getting a response, right? And it's like, Chanel, this is fine. This is going to make you tougher. Don't get discouraged. Just continue to go hard, because guess what? Any and everyone that slept on you, and I'm not just talking about me, I'm talking to you out there too. Any and everyone who might have slept on you and your abilities and what you bring to the table, your giftings, your talents, one day they are going to regret it, right? Because there will be that day, I truly believe, that I will walk into whatever it is I'm supposed to. And for all the people that never gave me a shot, never even responded to a DM, never responded to a comment under their blog post, or social media posts, for all those who were like, yeah, never even checked out my website, it's cool. When I make it though, lose my number. Don't even try to reach out to me. Lose my number would be for the people in my life who are friends, who don't really support. Lose my number. And then for those who I reached out to wanting to get advice, jewels of wisdom, that kind of shrugged me off, ignored me, never responded, please don't even dare try to hit me up for anything. And it's not to sound egotistical or anything like that, but to me, it's so important to know your worth. And I know my worth. Even though y'all may not know who the hell I am, I know my worth. And when I do achieve what it is that I'm setting out to achieve, all those who slept on your girl, leave me alone. That's all I had to say about that. But please, y'all, go for your dreams. Don't give up and don't feel discouraged. Create a lane. Do what you need to do for yourself. If you see a void, and I feel like I created this out of my own stress and frustrations with my job, but also because I felt like I saw a void where I sometimes wanted to follow people on social media or on YouTube and whatnot who had something to say. Sometimes I don't want to hear things in the ratchet way with ratchet delivery. Sometimes I want to hear a sophisticated woman, a sophisticated man eloquently expressing their perspectives on deep issues in life, and then not always have to be attached to stereotypical delivery and behavior behind it. And so after a while, seeing a void in what I was looking for to help me in my time of need, or when I was feeling a little down and out about my career, or just relationship advice or friendship advice, or whatever it was I was going through, I was like, you know what? Let me be that for myself and just start documenting my own perspective and feelings about a lot of life topics out here. Sorry, out of context, it's getting dry. So please don't be discouraged. Create a lane. If you see a void in what you're looking for, create it yourself. Issa Rae definitely inspired me to do that. Just seeing her journey with Awkward Black Girl, like I've shared before, made me like, yo, that's dope. She created a lane and is killing the game right now. So go for your dreams, y'all. So that's a lot of what I was thinking about. I'm glad that The Real is back and we'll be tuning in every day. Wendy Williams, she's back. That's another show I DVR. We'll be tuning in every day. So yeah. And I also feel like, why do we always have to be sites or blogs and vlogs that have to report celebrity gossip to make it? Like, why can't there be a decent positive message out there? You know what I'm saying? With its own quirks and creativity behind it. I don't feel like I have to talk crap on celebrities all day, just to get likes or to get attention or to get a following. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. I was actually watching some kind of footage with Tamar Braxton, and she made a point that I actually liked. I don't always agree with everything she says, but this point I definitely agreed with, where she said, don't believe the hype with everybody that has these huge social media followings. Some people have huge social media followings and they're not buying your albums, they're not going to the theaters to see your movies, they're not buying into whatever your product is. And that encouraged me because I don't have a huge social media following in for my personal pages or even for my website pages. And sometimes you can get a little discouraged, or I felt a little discouraged at times, if I'm being honest. Like, dag, I still don't really have a lot of followers like that. I don't have a lot of followers on my Facebook page for the website, on my Instagram page for the website. Like, yo, people will follow you and unfollow you in a heartbeat. And so I was like, that's so true. Like, I don't want a fickle following of people who, okay, yeah, one day they'll follow you and like your things, the next day they won't. I want people who are coming to the website and feeling like they're benefiting from it, they're getting something out of it, they're being encouraged and empowered. You know what I'm saying? They're vibing to music with me, they're getting inspired by maybe some fashion choices. Like, that's what I want to see. I don't want to see, I don't want this fickle following, no. I want people who are going to ride out with Complex Simplicity all the way, right? So riding out with me at this level and riding out with me all the way to the top. That's what I want, And when I say to the top, I don't mean being rich and famous. I mean being able to flip this thing into an entrepreneurial venture that actually gains your girl some coins where I could quit my daytime job. That's what I mean. So I don't want the bandwagon people who are momentary. I want people who are like, yo, I rocks with her, I mess with her, I F's with her because she's talking real, she's talking right, it's encouraging, it's entertaining, it's all of the above. And so I love that. Tamar Braxton, shout out to you for saying that. So for those out there, don't get caught up in the amount of people following you on Instagram and on Facebook and on Twitter and on Snapchat and all that stuff. Like, that doesn't mean that people are going to buy into your product at the end of the day, that they're going to spend money on whatever it is that you're trying to do or sell. So don't get caught up in the fantasy, social media, internet landville hype of it all. So yeah. Trying to think, are there any other random thoughts that I've had? I don't know. A lot of my big time TV shows are on hiatus right now. Maybe, what was I watching? I did watch the season finale of Growing Up Hip Hop with Angela Simmons, Romeo Miller, and the list goes on. Vanessa Simmons. I followed this show since it started, and then this season was interesting. My thing for all of them is just, please continue to be authentic. They live unique lifestyles in that they grew up in the hip hop game. Their parents, whether it's by way of birth or step parents, whatever. I feel like in some cases, when you grow up in celebrity families, you can have the propensity to go through more things than us average folks in normal families. And you do see that they all still have their own issues. You had Damon Dash's son Boogie with the substance abuse DUI stuff. You have Rev Run's daughters, Angela, Vanessa, having their own relational issues as sisters. You have Angela, who shocked the world because she was the self-proclaimed virgin, and she got pregnant by an ex-felon or whatever they dug up on this man, and it seems like the relationship may not be what they're portraying it to be, or maybe what she wants people to think it is. And you're like, wow, you girls are Rev Run's daughters. You had everything at your access, but that doesn't stop them from going through normal life things, And I always felt like, I always wondered why it was, because I used to watch Whose House? Run's House. Like, that was my show. But I found it interesting that they lived with their dad full time and would visit their mom. Now, Rev Run is married to Justine. They had kids together. He was married to their mom, and that's where, Vanessa, Angela, and JoJo came from. But then their mom got married to someone else and had kids by someone else. So they had like the epitome of a blended family. And it seemed like it was a blended family that functioned in a healthy way, right? But I'm still pretty sure that could still affect the kids when your parents are no longer together. That that rocks children's world, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm sure that that has affected them, and maybe their choices in love and their choices they make in relationships and when to have children. You know, being a celebrity doesn't shield anybody from the normal things that we go through in life, right? Or whether we went through dysfunction, whatever. Just because you have money and fame is not gonna like stop that. And in some ways it may make it worse. Romeo and his dad, Master P, interesting, you know, with them and the empire that they have built, and seeing relational issues with Romeo and his dad. Sometimes they don't agree on how to run the business. Romeo's passionate about his acting. His dad is like, I need you to be about this music business. You know, there are issues with Master P's ex-wife, Romeo's mom. They didn't talk about it too much this season, but the season prior, it was a big time subject matter. So people go through real life stuff. Christinia, her dad is one of the DeBarges, and he had substance issues. And there's someone claiming that Janet Jackson and her dad are her parents, and that Christinia is her sister. Like, people go through real life stuff. They're trying to make their dreams come true, kind of step out of the shadows of their parents. You have Egypt, who's Peppa from Salt and Pepper, and Tretch's daughter. You know, I forgot Pep came out with a book that aired out dirty laundry allegedly regarding the dad. So it's a lot of, they all had their mess, you know. You had Mary J. Blige's stepdaughter, Ken Du's daughter, you know, her going through her stuff, coming out saying that she struggled with substances for a lot of years. She has a lot of pain and hurt from her childhood. Like, it doesn't matter that they might have lived in $1 million homes, that they may have access to a lot of things that you and I may not have access to. They are going through real life-ish like the rest of us, right? So that show was pretty interesting. My thing for them is just continue to live in your truth. You know, some might have lived in their truths more than others, you know. Sorry, y'all. The eyes are getting dry, the contacts. Whew. What else? Yeah. So interesting, you know, I just wanted to share a few thoughts. This video is already over 20 minutes, so I guess I should get out your hair right now. Continue to head to ComplexSimplicity.com. Thank you for all the love, and until next time.